Continuing our national lead, a North Charleston, South Carolina police officer charged with murder for a deadly encounter caught on tape in its extraordinary case that has gained national attention. After all, it's highly unusual for an officer to face murder charges for firing in the line of duty, but that charge is likely due to another rare aspect of the story, the fact that key moments were caught on video. Let's bring in Paul Butler. He is a former federal prosecutor and a law professor at Georgetown University Law School. Let's also bring in CNN legal analyst, former criminal defense attorney, Paul Callan. Gentlemen, I want to just start with showing the video while describing how the police officer and the police department described it. They described the officer and Mr. Scott getting into a fight over a struggle over the taser, and then, quote, during the struggle, the man gained control of the taser and attempted to use it against the officer. The officer then resorted to his service weapon and shot him, unquote. Paul Butler, did anything in the original officer's account square with that?
No, almost nothing, Jake. First, let me say, as a prosecutor, you never have evidence this good, this probative. This is actually a crime going down on videotape. And the defense attorney is going to try to say, you can't believe your eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, you can believe what you see. The officer had no justification for shooting this man 8 times in the back while he's running away.
And Paul Callan, what does the police officer have in terms of legal recourse when he gets into a struggle with somebody over the taser? Is it the fact that Mr. Scott was running away and posed absolutely no harm to him whatsoever that is the damning fact here?
Yes, that is the factor, and under federal law and indeed under state court decisions, assuming that you're chasing somebody who has even committed a crime, and here the crime would be if he fought with the cop and tried to hit him or take his taser, you still don't have the right to shoot him. You only have the right to shoot him if he's endangering you at the time the shots are fired. This looked to be a cold-blooded execution. He shot him 7 or 8 times in the back. We have to see what the autopsy shows. And then what I found to be most disturbing, after what appeared to be an execution, he then proceeded, when he realized the guy was still alive, to pull Mr. Scott's arms behind his back, which was literally torturing the man after having shot him. I mean, this is a crime that almost defies belief just watching the videotape.
And Professor Butler, one of the other things that seems to be caught in this videotape is the police officer picks something up from the ground where he and Mr. Scott may have been struggling, walks over,
yes,
drops it.
Yes.
I mean, it appears to be, we don't know what it is, but it appears to be planting evidence.
The way I see it, we have 3 crimes on this video. We have murder, we have obstruction of justice, and we have tampering with evidence. The reason why that tampering with evidence is almost more frightening than the murder is because we don't know how many times officers do that when it's not on videotape. Just as many African Americans, people of color, have been complaining about excessive force, they've also had complaints that police treat them unfairly even in gathering evidence, that they plant drugs. Nobody has believed that. Most people haven't. Now we see it on videotape.
And Paul Callan, you've been a homicide prosecutor. You've also been taking up civil rights cases against the police recently. What recourse does the family have in a potential civil rights case here?
Well, they have recourse. As a matter of fact, we just filed a huge case today in state court, and you can file in state court or federal court. It's called a 1983 civil rights action, and you can sue for the loss of your liberty and the loss of your life. Now, traditionally, the courts were not receptive to these suits. They tended to be pro-police officer. But over the last 6 or 7 years, there's been a big shift in the federal courts in favor of civilians and more against the police. And it's because I think federal judges have seen nationwide a pattern of excessive force, of ill-trained police officers, using this power to hurt innocent people. Now, often it's minority people, it's members of minority groups, it's African Americans or Latinos, but a lot of white people have suffered under the same thing. I saw the stats, for instance, in South Carolina, and of course we don't know what happened in all of those shootings, but a lot of those shootings, as a matter of fact, the majority involve Caucasians being shot.
All right.
So we're talking about a major problem nationwide.
Paul, I got to take a break, Paul. I'm so sorry. Paul Callan, Paul